Today starts part one of the trailer build. This trailer here is the one that we used to use to transport raw tree houses to the powder coater and back from powder coating to our shop to be final assembled. And now it just sits in my yard and takes up space. But let's kind of go over the plan with this. Okay, piled underneath all that crap is an old tree house. This is one that I made. I can't remember exactly the number. It's somewhere in the 50s range, I believe. It's an 8-foot one for an F-250 Ford. It's humongous. It has a little overhang. So I think this one's going to work out pretty nicely as far as being put onto a trailer. And we were originally going to put the shop's treehouse on the trailer, but it has a huge overhang because it was a shorter bed truck. This one just works way better for that. And yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Here is my paper towel design. So treehouse, trailer, cut and narrow trailer, plus build base equals treehouse trailer. How hard could it be? Let's freaking get into it. I guess step one would be removing the wood and getting down to the frame and kind of seeing what we have to get into with that. I have some plans. I'm not going to say them out loud yet. We're going to get the wood off first, and then I'll talk you guys through what I'm thinking. But I have to look at it first. Have to see it. Okay. All right, here's my plan. I just made it up 5 seconds ago. So here, follow along. Here's a cut line. The treehouse tapers, so we're 71 inches wide up front. There's a cut line, cut line, cut line, and then we are 68 3/4 in the back. So there's a slight taper there, not a lot. But basically, I'm going to cut it down that on each one of these. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. And then I'm going to cut this big center section out right here, but not getting into the tongue area, just this section right here. And then I'm going to put that underneath this frame here, because basically I don't want to have to build the platform up much higher than what this platform already is for the treehouse to sit on, because I don't want this treehouse trailer to be way tall, like way taller than a car, because we're going to end up towing this thing with one of the cars that we have. Hopefully it's a cool car, but we'll see. But basically, to try to keep it as low as possible and still giving us some headroom, I want to drop the floor on this thing just slightly. So I should be able to gain 3 to 4 inches if I take this section of this frame and just cut it off and weld it to the bottom. That's the plan for that. So from there, I'm probably going to end up using these sides. After I cut these off, I'll take the section out of this and then I'll weld it to my cut lines. That'll save me material. And also, it has already cut the length, so I basically can just use them from there. That being said, I probably do need to remove material thickness, the thickness of this from this cut line. So I will remark those. That way, this very edge is the very edge of the treehouse base, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, moving on. It just occurred to me that I should probably remove all the wiring from the trailer before I start cutting stuff. So that way I can try to save money and reuse the wiring for the brake lights and the marker light or I guess the tag light is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm not a very good wirer, so I'm going to try to remember how this goes so I can just put it back the way it was. So many bugs. So many bugs just came out of that thing when I was just trying to that scared me. I wasn't prepared for that. I'm gonna move on now. It's just about time to start cutting. All right, so this is basically going to get cut right in line with this straight. I'm going to leave this cap on here. This was my original mark, but then I decided that I'm going to cap it with this, so I went in 2 inches, which is the dimension of this. So that means that this edge should be where this line is, so therefore my measurement should be still good. So I went ahead and marked them on both sides, because I'm going to sawzall these, and sometimes sawzall blades get all wonky and shit. So basically that gives me somewhat of a gauge to keep the blade where it needs to be. Through here, we're just going to snip these right alongside the aluminum tube here. Cut it all the way down through. Now I do need to figure out what I want to do with this here. I might end up sectioning it into there, or just cutting new holes. That would not be that big of a deal. It looks like they just blasted this with the plasma cutter. I could do the same thing. So that might be what I end up doing. Because I don't know if sectioning it into that would be worthwhile. I can just recut the holes, basically, is what I'm thinking. Okay. Oh, I did forget to mark out those guys. So let me do that real quick, and then we'll get the sawzall out. No going back now, I guess. All right, well, I'm just about halfway done. I've killed 2 sawzall blades. I don't know what kind of aluminum this is, but it's pretty rough on blades. It's just completely wasted them. So I'm probably gonna start plasma cutting that. Plasma cutting the rest of these bars out. But I kind of need to get that car out of the way so I can roll this guy in there. So I will reconvene. If you can imagine, the alignment on that car is not very good because of the steering rack replacement and the brand new rear suspension arms, you know? It's all out of whack. It's binding up and crap. Time to make the sparks fly. This is 100% gonna make a huge mess. Do I look cool? I'm gonna finish off the rest of this with the sawzall because I don't feel like cutting underneath it like upside down on myself. Okay, bye. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and get on my back and blast this out because I just ruined my last sawzall blade. Got squeaky going. Try to help it, and it'll ventilate this place, dude. Plasma cutting is definitely the way to go about cutting this stuff. It's just makes quite a mess, not just in like stuff you breathe in, but in cleanup of like the metal that you just cut. So I gave myself a little bit of extra metal here so that I can clean up with a die grinder or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that made really quick work of that. That took less than 5 minutes to cut that. I should have started that way instead of killing myself with a sawzall. Yeah, okay, got a little bit more to cut off. Actually, no, I'm gonna wait. I still need to cut this guy out. but I'm gonna get these sides prepped up and welded onto the perimeter to lock all that in so that I'm not taking away too much structure of this thing. That's the plan, at least. So I'm probably gonna end the video off here. We did 95% of the demolition on this thing, and I'm gonna try to make this a 4 or 5 part video of getting this trailer built up so that we can put that treehouse on there. And word on the street is that even Mandy wants to help, especially with the finishing touches and a little bit of the design work of it. So I'm excited to have her on board. She's been wanting to camp for a while, and we just haven't been able to because we don't have a treehouse. And I'm a baby. I don't want to camp in a tent basically on the ground. All right, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Goodbye.